Okay, this is my market analysis for all the things I'm looking at for this week. Start with NAS 100, the monthly time frame. Let's see what we got going on. Last month we did have this big push down, but quickly pushed back up. So it's a lot of buyers in the market. Let's go to the weekly. On the weekly, we had this little double bottom pattern, and we broke the neckline of this double bottom. Let's see if we could just come back and retest. We're sitting at this retest area, but I want to see if it like pushes away and then come back to retest this area right here and then have a push up. So that's something that we got to keep in mind. Also, for this last candle right here, this is a pin bar right here, so this could have an indication if this closed below this level right here for this next week candle. If it closed below here, then it could push back bearish. But for right now, we're in consolidation. So let's go to the daily. On the daily, we're still in this consolidation. We had this push up and we had this low, but we're still in the middle of price right here. We haven't made a new high, we haven't made a new low, so we're stuck in consolidation right now. But we did break this high right here on minor structure, and now we're like testing it as support. If this close above this area right here, then I can see that it's we have ability for it to push up. Right now, we still in this little area right here. On the 4 hour, let me bring in my charts, my art. Let me bring in my art. Let me delete this. So we did break this trend line that stems from point A to point B. We broke it, kind of retested right here, but this is a 4 hour trend line, so I want to see if we break and push back to this trend line. But first, before we push out that trend line, we have to break this trend line right here. Stepping from point A to point B. We did break this previous high point, so I want to see if it's a impulse move up, correction, and continuation. Let me see something. So I want to see if this Fibonacci get hit from point A to point B. I want to see it hit this negative 27%. It retraced back to the 61.8%. Let's start this trend line. Let me see something. I'll make it right here. I don't like that. So I have this trend line from point A to point B. Drag all the way to cross. I want to see if it holds this trend line. If it holds this trend line, then let me see. Because right now we had this impulse move up and this correction, this continuation. This is on major structure. Let me go down to the 1 hour. We had these. So structure right now is we have this impulse move up. We have this correction, and this continuation, this correction, this continuation. And then we broke structure right here. We broke this low point right here, and now we're retesting it. Now we're at right here. So let me go back to the 4 hour. This is just one trend. This is the 1 hour trend, but the 4 hour trend is this impulse, correction, continuation. So we broke structure on a 1 hour time frame, but we haven't broke structure on a 4 hour time frame. So we have to keep in mind that this is the lowest point that it could break before it breaks the 4 hour time frame. So let me mark that off. Let's start it. Alert. Breaker structure on 4 hour time frame. Okay, barcodes, press down. Okay, so we have that. So on very minor structure, we just broke this right here, this 1 hour. So as long as we don't break this trend line, then this is going up because I have this trend line stemming from point A to point B. We just broke it right here. We just broke it right here. And so I want to see if it come back to retest like this area right here so it could push up. And then we can have this fill from point A to point B. Fill point A to point B. Then we could target this negative 27%, which will be 150 points. Let me see structure on this. We had this high. Oh, this high. High. Low. All of this is equal those. I would have to dig in deeper to see like the real structure of this. So we have this low, this high, this low. It broke structure right here. Random impulse, we got this correction, and then we got this continuation. So let me see from point A to point B. We hit the negative 61.8, and then we retrace. Okay, that's good to know. So 30-minute time frame. So I want to see if it breaks this point right here. Once it breaks this point right here, then we have validity for it to continue going up. If it breaks and retests this point right here, once you break and retest, this was a good buying opportunity from right here and carry it to that. So this negative 27%. So let me add an alert right here. Watch price here. I want to see more structure form. I want to see price breaks this area right here and then come back to retest this area up here. Once we come back, once we rate this and then come back to retest, then I could see us going to this negative 27% from here. So something like that's a long time away though. Let me check the 15-minute one more time. Let me see something. Just had this info. So this structure is finish out at this negative 61.8, and then when price reverse hit at this trend line, and then so nothing is for sure yet with NAS 100. we broke out of this trend line right here, and then we came back to retest, and then we got this push up. This fib right here, this fib structure already finished, but for me to extend this fib, it would have to break this and then come back to retest. It would have to break this level right here and then come back to retest one of these areas for it to be like the validity for it to keep going up. So I'm gonna have an alert right here saying watch price here to see what price does right here. And then, obviously, if we break this trend line right here with a brand new impulse, then we're going up. So let's get something like this. If we break this right here, these lows right here with a brand new impulse, then we can keep on going down like that. But if we break this up here, then we're going to keep going up. So I just got to wait and be patient. We're going to that negative 27%. So I'm going to have alert right here too. Do I got alert passing this trend line? I think I got alert passing this trend line. So yeah, I have my alert set for this trend line right here. So if we break this trend line, I'm going to get notified. Okay, so that's that. US 30. Let's go to the weekly, monthly. The monthly, the last couple of months we've been bullish. Sellers tried to push the price down, but quickly brought it up. And we have this monthly candle that opened up, try to push price down, but now we're pushing up. We could be seeing new highs with the US 30. Just gotta wait and see. If we break this level right here, then we'll have a new high, 42,755. That would be 300 points. On the weekly, we broke this level of resistance right here. We came back to retest. Oh, my shit came up. Hold on. We broke this level right here, and then we came back to retest. We broke it and retested right here, and we have this bullish engulfing variation to let us know that price wants to continue going up. Right now, these last 3 weeks have been in a consolidation area, so we gotta keep that in the back of our heads. Last week we tried to push price down, but quickly brought it up and left a little wick or a doji candle. So we gotta keep that in the back of our heads. We might see a little bit more consolidation for the next couple of days or next couple of weeks. Right here, it gives us more information. We broke this level of resistance. I want to see if we can come back to retest this area right here, all around up here. The last couple of days has been nasty consolidation. We did try to have a push up, but quickly brought it down. I think this was what? I don't know, that was NFP. Friday was NFP. So this was NFP. So Friday we have a bullish engulfing with this level of support right here. So this is a good indication that price wants to go up to at least all-time highs. So we got to keep that in the back of our heads. So we have a bullish engulfing candle at a level of support. That means price can go up. Now we at the 4 hour. Now we can bring in our arts. Let me get rid of some of these. So it's pretty much the same as NAS 100. We had this big impulse move up, and then we had this correction, then we had this continuation. I want to see if this structure had played out with this Fibonacci right here. I have point A to point B, price pulled back to point C. Now we hit this overall negative 27%. So this fib structure is done. I want to see if it hits this negative 61.8 or if it wants to come back a little bit lower. So on the 4 hour time frame, we have this impulse move up, and we had this correction. We had this continuation that's already completed. We have this trend line stemming from point A to point B. Pull price all the way forward. Price been respecting this level or this trend line. Boom, 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 boom. So I want to see if price wants to pull back a little bit for this week, or if price wants to just keep on going up. I want to see if price does something like this and then continue going up to hit this negative 61.8. If price wants to break this trend line and then retest it and continue going down. But price has been, let me delete this trend line. Price has been hot. Price has been consolidating ever since September 19th. So I have let me draw a little support area from all the way over here. This little support zone. Every time you draw a box or a trend line, you gotta make sure you gotta ask yourself, like, what story does this box or what story does this trend line tells you? So this box right here tells me that every time price touches this box, it pushes up. So from right here, it pushes up, it pushes up, it push. Oh, I got the wrong thing. Push up, push up, push up, push up, push up, push up, push up. Right. And so right now, this trend line right here has been broken. So I want to see it retest one area. If it come back to retest this area right here, or if it come back to retest this trend line so it can continue going up. Right now, price is pushing all the way up. I want to see if it's I want to see if it retests this trend line again one more time, because it broke right here, but it never gave us a valid retest of this trend line or a valid retest of any structure. So I want to see 15 minutes. So I'm gonna have an alert right here to see if, let me see the structure. Let me see the right now. Let me see the right now money. Hold on. Let me see the right now money. This slowly broke out if possibly. I want to see if this finish out this negative 27%, which would be about 70, 10, 80 points. And then come back down to retest this trend line and then come back up to test these highs and then eventually, this negative 61.8. But that will be long term. So I would have to wait for more structure to form. This is just nasty consolidation right now. No structure. Whenever I trade, I would like to see clear highs and clear lows. If I don't see clear highs and clear lows, then I really don't like to be inside the market all that much. So this is what I want to see in an uptrend, and this is what I want to see in a downtrend. Right now we're just like bouncing in between two prices. Like this is just nasty. This is nasty right here. But we did break this trend line, so I want to see if it come back to retest this and then continue to push up. So I have an alert right here. This see my retest area. Watch price here. Watch price, yeah. Just a minute. Okay, so that's that. US 30. Gold. Let's see what's happening with gold. Gold is at an all-time high. The last 8 months was gold just pushed up like since March. Like gold is crazy right now. Gold might go to 3,000, man, before the year ends. Like, how many more months we got? We have 3 months left. Um, yeah. So last month was a big bullish candle. We left a little bit of exhaustion up top. So far with this month, we have the price trying to push up. No bottom wick yet, so we might be expecting a bottom wick that would be below 26.32. So we gotta keep that in the back of our heads. Let me turn my shit off. Hold on 1 second. Do not disturb. Oh, there it go. All right, so on a weekly, last week price tried to push down. We quickly pushed back up. We did break this level right here of resistance, but never got our retest. So this is a level of interest that I'm looking for a price to come at the retest. Now, yeah, about 200, 2425, 2423 area, but that would be months or weeks in advance. On a daily, um, we're in consolidation right now. We had this brand new impulse move up, but never got a retest of this area right here. So we got to keep that in the back of our heads. Um, at the time when I was analyzing this, like all around here, this looked like it was a ascending channel, like stemming from here, right here. And, ascending channels are signs of reversal, but as soon as it got right here, then I seen that, oh no, this ascending channel is invalid. So that's that. Um, the last couple of days has been a whole lot of indecision, a whole lot of consolidation, which is nasty. I don't know if they could see that. Like, why isn't that not working? Hold on 1 second. Okay. So yeah, this has been a whole lot of consolidation. So I want to see highs and lows get broken. So there's no definitive high right here or no definitive low. This is the only high right here that I can see that's a definitive high, but there's no definitive low. So if I mark out structure, we have this impulse move up, this correction, this continuation, this correction, this continuation, this correction, this continuation. And so far right now, this would be the correction phase right now. So if price push up from here, then this would be the bottom. But we don't know for sure. So let's go down to the 4 hour time frame. We have this right here. This looks a whole like a mess. I know, I'm sorry. Um So I have this trend line stemming from this point A to point B. Story of this trend line is every time price touches this, it pushes up, and then push up. So I want to see if price come down and test this trend line because let me delete some stuff. I don't delete nothing, so it looks kind of messy. Okay, so I did have this trend line stemming from point A to point B. Price move all the way up. And then as soon as it broke this level of support right here, and then it came back to retest. Then this was ability for the sell on a 1 hour time frame. And then once it broke this point right here and then came back to retest, then it got in for the buy. But right now, for the right now money, see the structure. Um, um, Structure right now is point A, point B, point A. So it broke this lower high point. A brand new impulse, and we have this correction with consolidation all throughout this area. So I want to see something like that. I want to see if this fib structure plays out because we did break this level of this resistance with a brand new impulse. So we have this impulse, this correction. I want to see if this continues. This is the 1 hour time frame. Hold on, consolidation right here, consolidation. Every time price touches this box right here, it pushes up, pushes up, pushes up. So let me see if I can get something to let me know that price is ready to continue. So once price breaks out of here and comes back to retest, then we can have the validity for it to continue up. But this is on a 1 hour time frame to complete this fib structure right here. Something like this. Retest. So boom, boom, boom. See on the 15-minute real quick. So Friday was NFP, so we have gold doing whatever the F it wants to do because we had multiple impulses and then corrections and then prices goes all the way. For example, like this right here, when prices all along this area right here, we had this low and then we had, hold on, let's mark up the structure. I think I had got in and I lost on this play right here. Boom, boom. What is it? This? Boom. So we had this impulse move up, right? And then, like, I had a trend line, like, stemming from point A to point B. And then when price had got here, wait, did I get in right here? Was it right here? It was NFP. Where's NFP at? Okay, yeah, boom. It was over here. So we had this low. So we had, okay, so let me get over here. We had this low, this high, this low, this high, and then this low. And then we broke this with a brand new impulse, and then we had a correction. And then I was looking for the continuation, like somewhere around here. Would have made this double bottom, this W pattern right here. And then I got in like on the break of this W pattern. And then like NFP took me all the way out. Like it took me all the way out. But I had to realize that on minor structure right here, on very minor structure, we had this impulse right here. We had this correction, then we had this continuation, then correction, then continuation. And then price had broke on this minor structure, and then we had this structure right here. So I was trading, I wasn't paying attention to what market was doing right here. I was only paying attention to, you know, the bigger picture without paying attention to the smaller picture. It's going to happen on a smaller time frame before it happens on a bigger time frame. So yeah, I did take a L right here, and price immediately like it dropped, and then like as soon as LP hit, it just dropped, and then it recovered with a brand new impulse, and then this correction, and this might be a continuation. So price is just like it's not following rules right now. But I did follow my rules, so that's the only thing that matters. So for right now, since we had this brand new impulse up, I can see it going from here to here. Let me mark out this. I can see it going from here to here. Right now we're at a negative 61.8 with a W pattern right here. Let me see. Correction. W pattern. We have a wick. And then we have the test of the wick right here. So for right now, I can see it coming up to this trend line right here, which will be about 80 points. And then once it touches that trend line, we're going to watch to see if it breaks or if it want to reject. Because, the story of this trend line right here is every time price touches this trend line, it pushes down, push down, push down, push down. So I want to see it touch this trend line again and then watch price when it hits that trend line. So it might be consolidation before it even touches that trend line. But yeah, I need more structure to form. Like these last couple of weeks, like all these pairs has been like not like pretty to trade. So that's why you gotta take it step by step. Like the only thing that's for sure that I have is like it coming to this trend line. Like that's the only thing that's like for sure, like 90% of chance happening. And then once it touches that trend line, then you have to watch to see if it breaks and then come back to retest and then continue this field structure out. So you have to take it step by step because like lately, like price has been doing whatever it wants to do. So what I have for here is like right here. Like this is the long term. This right here is the long term. And then like this right here is like very minor. So yeah, that's that with gold. Where we at? Oil USD. Today, okay, so on the monthly, we're at a level of support right here on oil. I want to see if it, right now, this is on the monthly. So we did have 3 months back to back bearish, but we did have a lot of exhaustion in a area of support all throughout this area right here. And right now we're forming a bullish engulfing on this area of support, which is a good indication that price wants to go up. But this candle still has 25 days left for it to close, so it could close all the way up here, or it could still close all the way down here. So we still have to wait to see what happens on this monthly candle. On this weekly candle, what's today? That's the weekly candle right here. Price push all the way up in just today. Oh. So we have a whole lot of exhaustion at this area of support all the way down here. So we have to keep that in mind, that we don't really want to sell at areas of support because price has a hard time breaking through when it gets to this area right here. So we got to look for buys. So I'm looking for a buy. We have a W pattern that formed, and we broke the neckline of the W pattern. So I do want to see if I can get a retest of this right here, the neckline of the pattern, so it continues to go up. Because we broke through impulsively without the retest of this area right here. So that's something to keep in the back of our heads. Go to the 4 hour time frame. On the 4 hour time frame, we have an impulse move up, we have this correction, we have this continuation. Let me see if this fib structure has played out yet. $38.2. Okay, so this hit the negative 27%, and it broke out of this trend line stemming from up here, point A to point B, pull price all the way through. So I want to see if it comes back to retest this area of resistance and support, and then pushes up. Why do I have all these fibs? What is this fib? Delete this fib. So we have point A to point B, price pull back to point C. Now we have point D, and now it looks like we have a big impulse move up. Like this trend line, like right here. Impulse move up, correction, continuation. Let me see something. Right now, where price is right now, price is diverging. So I want to see if this finished diverging, have this going up, this going down. Let me see if I see it clear on this. So we have divergence. I want this to finish diverging and then wait for it to retest. Let me see. Structure right now is, yeah, make this a little bit smaller. This high, this low, this high, this low, this high, this low. So we broke this last level of support right here. So I want to see if it comes back to retest this and then have a push down. Once it breaks this trend line, I want to see it break this trend line and then retest and then come down to here, to the zone right here. And then from there, I want to see, that would be the retest on the 4 hour time frame for it to push all the way up to this trend line up here. So that's that. And yeah, so that's that. So oil is pretty clear. Well, we have divergence. We have divergence that's starting to, finish. And then once we come back and retest this trend line, then we coming back to hit this trend line right here. And then if it breaks this trend line and retest, it's coming down to this green level. And then that's where, from this green level, that's where it's going to have this big move up to this trend line. It's pretty clear because on a bigger time frame, we're at this level of support right here. And we have it going to this trend line up here. So that's pretty clear. So that's that. With GBP USD, let's go to the monthly time frame. Had this big move down. The last 3 months has been bullish as hell. We starting this candle out bearish. That's okay because this is the monthly time frame, and monthly time frames could take forever to form. On this weekly candle, we did form a bearish engulfing, bearish variation, followed by three candles, so we could come back to retest these lows, right? These highs right here, for it to continue to push up. But so far, we have like this structure, like this impulse move up, correction, and continuation. On this daily, we have this impulse move up, this correction, this continuation, this correction, this continuation, this correction, this continuation. So as long as price doesn't break this level right here, then we'll still have the validity for it to continue going up. But if it does break this level with a brand new impulse, then I want to see a correction, then for it to continue down in this downtrend. But right, we can have an alert right here. I have it. We can have this alert right here. So then once price breaks this level right here, break the structure on the daily. Break the structure on the daily. So since this is the breaker structure on the daily, we still are in a uptrend. So I am looking for bullish price action. So on this 4 hour, we did have this impulse move up. We had this correction. We had this continuation. Let me see if this structure played out. Impulse, correction, continuation. This played out perfectly. Hit the negative 27% and it reversed. Now we had this big move down. Now we're looking for, let me see. On this 1 hour time frame, this is the last higher low point that got broken. So I want to see if this structure played out. So this structure played out with this negative 61.8%. So we could be seeing a reverse from here. We do have this trend line stemming from point A to point B to point B. We'll drag it all the way across. It's been respecting this trend line since September 30th. Push down, push down, push down. So right now we are at this level right here. And remember, as long as price doesn't break this right here, then we still have the ability for it to go up. But right now we have nothing really to base off price. Once price breaks this, let me see. Once price breaks this lower high point with a brand new impulse and then come back to retest, then we can continue to go up. And sure, 15 minutes. Once per bar close. I want to see it breaks this with a brand new impulse, come back to retest, and then continue going up, something like this. Yeah. And then if it continues to make lower lows and lower highs, then we could wait for this to break and then watch it from there. So USD JPY, let me see the monthly time frame. This looks like a ascending channel on a monthly time frame. So on this monthly time frame, the last couple of months, this one has been bearish. Then we had left a whole lot of exhaustion to the downside, followed by this month right here. We're starting to open up pretty strong. Little wick at the bottom. If we close above here, then that gives us indication that price wants to go up, but that's 24 days away. With this weekly time frame, last week has been very, very bullish. We close above these highs right here, which gives us indication that price wants to go up at this level of support. So we have a bullish variation at this level of support, which means price can give us the ability for it to go up. So we had this impulse move up, this correction continuation, this correction, and this possibility of a continuation. On the daily, let me see. I did have this. Let me delete this. I did have this claiming that this was the Burka structure on the daily. And I had a strong line stemming from point A to point B, pull all the criss across. Price broke this, and then we got this retest. Well, price never got a really retest right here, but we did have a descending channel with divergence right here. And so once price break this right here and then come back to retest these trend lines, then I can see it going up long term. On the 4 hour, you can see it more clear. Point A to point B. Pull price all the way across. Price broke this structure, came back, and then broke it again and came back to retest right here, and then pushed all the way up. Delete that. So once price broke this level of resistance right here on the lower time frames, then I got my fill from point A to point B. Price pulled back to point C, and then we hit this negative 27%. This pulled back to the negative 61.8, so I want to see if it hits this negative 61.8%. That's something I got to keep in the back of my head. Price broke this high right here. Let's go to the 1 hour. So on the 1 hour, I did have this trend line that became invalid. So let me adjust it right here. I did get in for this sell, or I did call out this sell. We had this overall negative 61.8 with divergence. It was an obvious sell once price broke this trend line right here. And I looked in on a 15-minute. We had structure going from right here. Let me see. We had structure going from right here. We had this impulse move up. We had this correction. We had this continuation. We had this correction. We had continuation. And once price broke this level right here, and then I had a fib from point A to point B. Price pulled back 88.6%, and then hit this negative 27% TP. And then once we hit this negative 27% TP, then we had NFP, and NFP took it all the way up to finish out that overall fib structure. I did think price was going all the way down here to retest this high right here, but you know, NFP took it all the way up. So you have to take it step by step. Like, you can't always think that price is going to retest areas. You got to follow the field structure first, and then you got to follow what price action telling me. Like, you have exhaustion at the negative 27% TP, then that means that, you know, price might not all the way make it down here, you know. So always take it step by step. But right now, let's see what's happening right now. Since we had this brand new impulse, you know, once you have a brand new impulse, then you have to have a correction, and then you have to have a continuation. So right now, I want to see if this continue to diverge and hit this. Let me see. We had this impulse correction continuation, and then we had this impulse. Let me delete this because it's played out. Right now, this is diverging. So I want to see if this, how far this diverge. We have this right here. I want to see if we break this daily structure right here and then come back to test these highs up here, and then have our continuation upwards to hit this negative 61.8%. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's all I have. So I have an alert right here saying watch price under this trend line. And then once I have a break of structure, then I can draw my fib, and then I can see watch price. And then I can have my TP, or I can draw my fib from point A to point B, and then see where price takes me from this sell right here. And then once it gives me that sell, then we can get in for the buy again somewhere around here to take it all the way up. So yeah, that's it, man. Thank y'all for watching. Tune back in next week for market analysis. Yeah. Peace.